Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are doing well. So in last class we have discussed the issue of influence, the forces that influencing working and learning in the organization. We have discussed the globalization, that because of global market, companies are forced to train and they develop their employees career and work on their career and on their development skills. So they are providing different types of training. So because of globalization we have discussed demographic changes. Now we are coming to the important part, is intangible assets and human capital. Nowadays companies are mostly involved in training and development of their employees, because they are thinking that in order to have competitive advantage in the market, so you need to at least have a strong skillful labor in human capital. So they are investing a lot on their human capital, on their employees, in order to achieve a competitive advantage, or in order to have a competitive image or a brand in the market, or in order to increase their customer satisfaction rate and increase their sales, increase their profit, increase their quality. So it all depends on employees as well. So employees are the key backbone of a company. So if you are not well trained, if they don't know anything regarding the changes in the environment, technological changes, forces, other issues, so it will be very difficult for them to compete in the market and to adopt themselves to the latest changes in the organization, or to at least learn new skills in order to work for future development of their career and also their company as well. So that's all. It's very important that these are companies are investing a lot on their career, on their employees training and development in order to increase productivity, increase performance of their company, increase the productivities of their company, reduce waste, increase their brand image, their skills, everything. So it's what we have discussed on training and development, advantages and disadvantage of training and development. That's why you need to be very careful when you are giving training. So we have discussed the advantage of training and development for companies, and also for laborers and for employees, for everyone. So that's why it's very important subject. So now let's come to the today. More and more companies are interested in intangible assets and human capital as a way to gain an advantage over competitors. So we have discussed this. In order to get advantage over your competitors, they are trying to have a skillful labor. They are trying to have a top talent. They are trying to at least recruit top talent and retain them in order to have competitive advantage. So it's not only recruiting top talents, it's also retaining the top talent inside the company. It's also another important part, because if there is turnover between employees, turnovers are high, and your top talents are leaving your company because of just maybe few thousands of salaries, or because of any other issue, so it will be a loss for a company as well. So that's why now companies, mostly advanced companies, when they are recruiting, they are very serious, they are very keen regarding their selection process. They go through all different aspects of CVs, different parts of CV, different sections. So they are very keen that in order to what we call it, recruit a skillful and a top talent, they need to be very serious regarding their selection in an interview process. So they want to be different from others. So finding a top talent needs experience. So once you have recruited a top talent, then the next job is to retain him or her with your organization. So training and development can help a company competitiveness by directly increasing the company's value through contributing to intangible assets. So definitely it will increase the top talents, it will increase the value of an organization. For example, if there is a university in Afghanistan and they say that all our lecturers are PhD, for bachelor and for master, all of them are PhD from top countries. So definitely they have recruited top talent, they are giving them good salary, and they are trying to retain them with their self, so that will give them a brand image. So that's why they are investing on their talent. Not only they are giving them training for their lecturers, skills, they want to learn new skills, new technology, everything. So that's why a company's value includes three types of assets that are critical for the company to provide goods and services: financial assets, cash and securities; physical assets, property, plant, equipments; and intangible assets. So that's why this is very, very important for so these are three types of assets that we will discuss in coming parts. So types of assets that are critical for company to provide good and service: financial assets, we all know that capital, money, liabilities, cash, securities; physical assets, property, plant, equipment. It also play a key role in intangible assets as well, like patent. So this is human capital: education, work related know-how, work related competence; customer capital, customer relationship, brands, customer loyalty, distribution channel. So these are also forces or trends that are influencing development and learning as well. So these are also these are trends that enable a company to invest in order to have this. So next we have social capital, which is corporate culture, management philosophy, management practice, informal networking system, coaching, mentoring, relationship; intellectual capital, patent, copyrights, and intellectual property. So these are three types of capital: human capital, social capital, and intellectual capital. So these are forces. We have discussed globalization and we have discussed demographics. So these are the forces that are influencing learning and working and learning environment in an organization. So now human capital refer to the sum of the attributes: life experience, knowledge, inventiveness, energy, enthusiasm that companies' employees invest in their work. So human capital needs to be very enthusiastic, they need to be trained they need to be innovative, they need to come with something new idea. But these new ideas doesn't come just like that, they need to be trained regarding this. They need to be, their productivity needs to be much higher compared to other organizations. So that's why it's very, very important for the companies. Companies are investing on their human capital. So in order to have innovative, skillful, professional, productive labor forces. So that's a human capital which we talk about. Energy, that's another sources. So in some organization you find that their employees are their morals are very low, they are not energetic, they are not enthusiastic, they don't love the job that they are doing. So definitely when all the environment, all the organizations play this part, and they faces any issue, for example, if they are not enthusiastic, if they are not motivated, if they are not trained properly, so definitely the morale of the employees will go down, there will be no productivity, everyone will be just boring. So they are not coming with something new, every day the same work they are doing. So in companies, in organization, the employees need to be energetic, they needs to be innovative, they needs to be productive, they needs to be very, very important aspects. That these are very important parts of organization. If you are not energetic, if you are not productive, if you are not innovative, you can't what you do have a competitive advantage in the market. It will be very difficult for your company to compete in the market, because competitors are coming with something new, they are coming with new product, new services, new features, everything, and you are still in the same position. so that will be very difficult for you. So that's why human capital, nowadays companies are investing millions of dollars on their human capital. So that's very very important aspects of human capital, of learning and working environment as well. So human capital manager, executive taking high risky decisions, they're so that's why companies are investing a lot of money on their human capitals. They are investing a lot of money in order to compete in the market, in order to have competitive advantage, in order to adjust themselves in other environment. For example, if a manager is working in Afghanistan and you have transfer him to Africa, definitely the consumer behavior, environment, people behavior, environment, organizational culture, cultural issue will be much different from Afghanistan. It will be much difficult for him to adapt. So that's why you need to invest on training and development. You need to give them training that this is how you need to adopt yourself on a cultural issue, on social issue, social distance, on whatever which we have discussed on culture parts. So it's very difficult for them to at least play a key role there. So it will be very hard for them to compete in that market, and also it will be harder for them to face any challenge, or how to solve the challenge, how to face people, how is consumer behavior, and many other problems which they are facing. So that's why they are coming with investing a lot of money on their human capital. So the next one is intellectual capital, refers to the codified knowledge that exists in a company. So we have discussed intellectual patent, trademark, logo, and all these things are intellectual property of a company. Then we have social capital, refers to relationship in the company. So that's how these companies need to, how employees are needs to have a relationship inside the organization, how they need to behave with each other, different culture, different religion, from different background, race, ethnicity, color, how they adjust themselves in one organization, and how all of them come together and work for specific goals and objectives, leaving their everything, backgrounds, issues with each other, political issues, leaving everything behind in order to achieve company's goals and objectives. So that's social capital. Then we have customer capital, refers to the value of relationship with person or other organization outside the company for accomplishing the goals of the company. Example, relationship with your suppliers, customers, vendors, government agencies. So that's another important trends that influence working in a learning environment. So companies are investing a lot of money in order to on their customer relationship management. They have a specific department for that. They have a specific person responsible for customer complaints. If you can see in some organization that they are having customer complaint, different email address, different website, or whatever phone number. Why they are doing this? So in order to achieve in order to increase rules and responsibilities, in order to increase customer satisfaction rate. So how is your relationship with your supplier? That's very important. There may be one of your employees are not having good behavior with the supplier, and that supplier might be your biggest supplier, that might be your top supplier. So if you lose him, he will go to your competitors. So the raw material, whatever he is giving you, are with the high quality. So that's why they are moving to another customer in another issue as well. So that's why companies are investing a lot of money in order to train their employees, in order to train their customer relationship management, in order to have specific department regarding this, so they can achieve the goals and objective, and they can have a good relationship with their customers, suppliers, government agencies, your reporting system, your relationship with the government organization, with the tax department, with different organizations that are involved regarding your business or whatever. So that's all about customer related capital that we can find. Intangible assets are equal as valuable as financial and physical assets, but they are not something that can be touched in or non-monetary. So intangible assets are also valuable or also important for the company, but it's non-monetary. So it's not that companies are also investing a lot on other aspects of the company, like for example buildings, machineries, assets, capital, if they are investing a lot. But intangible assets are also very very important, like human capital in these things. So that's like patent and other, sorry. So that's very intangible assets have been shown to be responsible for companies' competitive advantage. So that's one main part. So a study by the American Society for Training and Development of more than 500 publicly traded US based companies found that companies that invest the most in training and development had a shareholder returning that was 86% higher than companies in the bottom half and 46% higher than the market average. So those, it was research conducted by American Society for Training and Development on 500 companies. Most companies that they invested a lot of money in training and development had a shareholder return was much higher, like their shareholder were gaining much money because their productivity was high, there was less wastage, they were doing great job, they were achieving goals and objectives of their company. So that's why they were providing a good return for their shareholders. So it was companies, 500 companies. So imagine, it's not a small amount, it's not 1-2 company, it has been conducted by 500 companies that are investing a lot of money on training and development of their employees. They are getting much high return back. So it's not expense, so it's as a source of income. Because if you train your employees how to use machinery, how to behave with their customer, how to have good relationship with suppliers, how to have good relationship with government, how to have good relationship inside the organization, the culture is more productive, the culture is professional, the culture is more organization, culture is much more effective. So that's why they are achieving the goals and objectives. They are retaining top talent, recruiting top talent, in their attracting new customer, they are trying to retain new customer. So that's all, that's very important for training and development of a company. So that's why you can find this training and development have a direct influence on a human and social capital, because they affect education, work related know-how and competence in work relationship. Training and development can have an indirect influence on customer and social capital by helping employees better serve customer and by providing them with knowledge needed to create patent and intellectual property as well. So patent and intellectual property, you have to study this in entrepreneurship in 6th semester. So that's why you find training and development have a direct influence on human and social capital as well, because that's the education, that's their work related issue, how to know how is your work. They should realize their relationship, they should have a customer. That's why you can find in other countries, as I have said, if you go to other countries, most developed countries, the way they behave with their customers, especially in hotels, in airports, in restaurants, in shops, in supermarkets, the way they treat their customer is excellent, because their employees have been trained how to behave with their customers, how to behave, because you're flying like for 8 hours. So the way they behave with you, the way they smile, the way they talk, that so you can at least not realize your, what you call it, your tiredness, your flight. They ask you, where are we, welcome you to the city, you're very we hope you have a safe journey, and all these issues. So that's why they are trying to attract their customer, they are trying to be more friendly, so that you can find their customer relationship is much higher. If you have any complaint, you send them the complaint, your complaint needs to be solved. Your complaint will be addressed to the top management, they will look after your complaints, what is your issue. So that's why you find that their customer satisfaction rates are much higher compared to other they're much higher compared to other issues. So that's why you can find these so that's why if you don't have a top human capital, it's very difficult. Why? Because the level of competition is much higher. For example, in London there is Oxford Street, the big, I think the second biggest street in the world, sorry, the second busiest street in the world. There is only 4 Zaras in the one road. In one street you can find 4 branches of Zara clothing company, and you can find others as well. So other Primark, H&M, other companies as well, that they are operating clothing industry in the same area, garments. So if they didn't serve you well, if they didn't look after you, so you're leaving that brand, you're leaving that shop, and there are hundreds others you can buy from them. So that's why they are training their employees how to behave. They're opening the door, hi sir, how are you, good evening, good morning, welcome, and this they are showing you, okay, if you like this one, oh, if you don't like this one, no worries, we have others, so these are new. So they are trying to help you out, so at least you can buy something there, because they are being paid by sales. Sometimes they are giving them what we call it, percentage as well. Sometimes they give them bonus. So if your sales are more than other branches, so they give you some benefits as well, they give you some bonus as well, because you are doing a great job. If you are a customer relationship management, if you are a person responsible for customer so if you are a person responsible talking with the customer, and you are just standing there, everyone is standing, for example, which we have, customers are coming inside the shops and they're running around, no one is there to help them, no one is there to ask them what you need. She or he might need something special, so you might not have it in display, you might have it in storage, you might have it somewhere else, that are very big stores. So once you enter, they say, how can I help you, sir? Are you okay? Do you need help? Yes. If yes, you need yes, I need help, I need this pair of shoes and this number. They just ask, okay sir, have a seat, we can find. So these are different techniques that they are trying to adopt, so that they are trying to adjust this inside their organization. So they needs help. So I'm sure you have been here in many shops in order to buy clothing in this thing. Very few you will find that they come to you and ask you, how are you, do you like this one, we have other new arrivals as well. They come, most of them are busy with their phone, you just roam around their shops, so they're just sitting, you just say hi, that's it. They are not coming asking you, sir, what do you need, how is your day, and all these things. So that's why the customer satisfaction rates are very less here, the customer relationship management, that they are facing this. So if you're providing a training, so that's a issue. So intangible assets also contribute to a company's competitive advantage, because they are difficult to duplicate or imitate. For example, consider companies in airline industry. There is one example regarding airline industry, that they are doing much better compared to their competitors. So they are doing a great job on this. So why they are doing a great job compared to their competitors, so we'll discuss that in coming slides. So for example, consider the companies in airline industry. Southwest Airline consistently is profitable and ranked high in on-time arrivals, and other indicators of airline success. So they are very important. So they are more profitable and rank on time. They are always on time. One of the distinctions between Southwest Airlines and its competitor, how it treat its employees. So the main thing is human capital. For example, Southwest has a policy of no layoff and was able to maintain this record even during the difficult time for airline following 9/11. Southwest also emphasizes training and development, which provides its employee with skills to perform multiple jobs. So this company is investing a lot of money regarding on their employees training, so they are on time, so they are doing better, they are profitable, they are doing better compared to their competitors. So why they are doing this? They are investing a lot of money on training their employees in order to learn new skills, in order to learn new knowledge, in order to have competitive advantage. So they are performing multiple jobs, they are not doing a single job, so they are doing multiple jobs. Why they are doing multiple jobs? That they are being provided the benefits also. Southwest airplanes to be quickly cleaned and serviced at the airport because employees have multiple skills set that can be applied to various aspects of reading an aircraft for departure. So they are doing a multiple job in the single time, doing everything. So they are just this, they have trained their employees that you need to do these multiple jobs, not a single job. So you need to do this as well. So they have trained them, they have provided them with the effective training methods. So that's why their employees are much trained, much skillful, so they are doing different jobs at the same time. So now, as a result of this human resource policies, Southwest employees are loyal, productive and flexible. So that's why, so what we have discussed on previous slides, so it's very important for the companies to invest on their human capital. So that's why it's very important to invest on your human capital, to invest on training and development, so they can do multiple jobs for you and they can be more loyal, more productive and flexible. So they are not just sleeping employees, that they are coming, drinking tea in the office and they are just leaving, that's it, doing nothing, wasting their time and energy, everything. So you find this, which contributes to the success of the airline. So definitely, if you are having a good policy, a human resource policy, training and development, trying your employees to learn new skills, you are investing on their skills, you are investing on their career, you are investing on developments, their knowledge, everything. So definitely you will be having a more productive, flexible workforce. So other airline may have similar or greater level of financial assets and may have physical assets that are comparable to Southwest. For example, same type of airplane, similar gates. But what contribute to Southwest success and give the company a competitive advantage are its intangible asset in the form of human capital. So American Airlines, United Airlines have similar or greater financial and physical asset, but have not been successful in competing with Southwest by offering flights on the same routes. So you see that their competitors are having much financial and physical assets. Their financial and physical assets are more than Southwest company, but Southwest are doing better. They are profitable in the same route, they are flying in the same route, they might have the same number of planes, they might have the same number of gates, they might have their competitors might have more money, great financial, they might have more planes or others assets, physical assets inside the company, computers, whatever, but still Southwest are offering flights on the same route. Southwest are doing better than their competitors. Why they are doing this? Because of their training and development of their employees. Because the United Airlines and American Airlines employees are doing a single job, for example, and Southwest employees are doing multiple jobs at the same time. They are well trained, well equipped, everything. So it's the same thing, training and development regarding different aspects. There is much advantage of this issue. There is another issue. Let's give example of armies. Let's give you example of armies. So that's why this company is doing much better compared to their competitors. Why? Because of their more skillful labor, more productive, they are more flexible, they are more loyal to the company, they are not dishonest, they have been trained, they have been given privilege, they have been respected, so each and everything as well. So that's why it's very important for to find out this issue. that you can find, these are the what do you call physical airlines. Now let's see what so that's it. So this is an example of what we have discussed on the issue of training and development. So these are customer, human capital, intellectual property. So this we will discuss in next class. We will discuss how to conduct a training, their essential parts, their main issues. So let me revise what we have discussed. Forces influencing working and learning capital, globalization, which we have discussed, demographic. Now we're coming to increased value placed on intangible assets in human capital. So today more and more companies are interested, as they are investing a lot of money on their human capital, on their investments. So they're having human capital on their education, on how to work, how to achieve competency in the market, how to achieve competitive advantage. Customer capital, customer relationships, brands, customer loyalty. What we can't discuss, human capital, which we have discussed a lot, intellectual capital, social capital, customer capital, whatever. So there is an example that the Southwest companies, there was a research conducted on 500 companies that they have providing training and development for their employees. Their shareholder returns are much higher, 86% higher than companies in bottom half. So training and development have direct impact, influence on your human and social capital. So intangible asset also contributes to companies. For example, what we have discussed on Southwest Airlines, they are doing a great job, their customer satisfaction, they are doing a multiple jobs at the same time, they are loyal, flexible, they are trying to achieve goals and objectives of their company, they are trying to increase their customer satisfaction rate, they are trying to increase their profits, they are trying to increase their return on shareholders. So it has direct link, so they are interrelated with each other. So if you are having low skilled labor, if you are not having skillful labor, if you are not having top talents, so definitely your performance of your company will go down, so they will be facing some issues. So that's all. So in next class we'll discuss another topic, inshallah. So I hope you are doing well, and I hope you have learned something. If you are having an issue, you can ask us, inshallah I will give you the answer.